This is a personal story about my Uncle Johnny. And my Uncle Johnny was a magnificent individual. And so I'm going to give you, who is my Uncle Johnny and why is he so important to the world, not just me. I really loved that man. He was an incredible human being. Here's a little bit of his past history. He was born into a French, Canadian, Irish Catholic family. Born from Henry and Alberta Damien in Quebec. He had four brothers and sisters, and five including him. Madeline, Jacqueline, who is my mother, God bless her, she's passed since, Jill, Johnny, and Parette, which is, my dad used to call her Peanut. She's such a sweet lady. Anyways, this is a story about how my Uncle Johnny became a warrior in his life. He grew up in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. He worked at Woodbine Raceway, which I don't even think is here anymore, but I want to tell you that this story was like 50 odd years ago. And he used to have to almost starve himself to death in order to weigh in at a whole 106 pounds in order for him to ride his horse for that day. He's a really good jockey. And those horses are such beautiful horses as well. He loved them. As his career began to blossom, and my Uncle Johnny was an extremely smart man. I mean, I think he was like 4'11". You know, you get that picture of the jockey and what they look like and all their colors. He was so proud of that. Anyways, over the years, he finished being a jockey because he got the ability to become promoted into being a judge at the raceway. And his lifestyle was amazing. When I would visit him in Toronto, he would have like doormen and penthouses, and he would go for these really beautiful dinners. And he was established within the community, and people really did like him. He was a very likable, kind man. But then things changed, and the raceway decided that they no longer needed him. So what they did was they got him removed, and they wrongly convicted him of misconduct. They were just wanting, because of his sexual preference, they just wanted him out. Anyways, we'll just go on with that. So this is when the battle began. My uncle decided that he would sue the raceway and others for wrongly dismissal. They broke him, or at least they tried to break him. And it was in an emotional and physical and financial battle. My conversation actually comes from not only my uncle's battle, which was he was a warrior, unbelievable what he put up with, and being followed, scandalous, all the regular, things that they try to diminish you as a human was executed on him. And it was kind of a dangerous time because being gay 50 odd years ago could actually cause you physical harm, if not death. And it can destroy an individual if they aren't strong enough. But my Uncle Johnny was very strong. I want to talk to you a little bit about the family. The family was never wavering. He was loved through and through. When he would come to my house in Windsor, Ontario, broken and discouraged, he got nothing but support from us. And my mom was incredibly part of that support system, Jacqueline. But it was tough on the family. Being Catholic, my grandmother, Alberta, took it really, really hard when the exposure happened. And this exposure really took a toll on her. One day she was in church, and the worst thing happened is she did have a stroke because of the stress. So this was a huge happening for her, unfortunately. She was fine. After a while, she just came back from it. But it was like that line, whether he should continue with his battle or not. And the family just would not let him let it go, would not allow for him to not finish this battle. And one of the battles that he was doing was he wanted to go to Ottawa and change the Charter of Rights so that it would include gay men, women, and now there's so many more possibilities of preference. But for him, it was pretty standard, gay individuals. And so he fought that battle big time. And of course, the warrior that he was took its toll. He ended up having pancreatic cancer. So he went from penthouse to living in his truck sometimes, to delivering food, to getting pancreatic cancer, coming back to Windsor with the battle of his life still looming in the background. And unfortunately, he passed away in my mother's house just around Christmas time. About 2 weeks later, the charter was passed and gays were finally recognized. So I wanted to share this story with you on everyday heroes that are out there fighting the fight for us so that gay people now in this world, 50 years later, can walk freely in this world. And I like to think that my uncle had a large part of that. So I'm hoping that you, somewhere in this story, whether it be the battle or standing up for yourself, even in the face of diversity, that all people are equal. And sometimes battles of the ordinary person that you don't know that they're going through is so worth it. I love my Uncle Johnny. We all did. There's been editorials about him and even a bust made of him. But I thought the family story should be in there. Because it wasn't just him that was fighting the fight. It was us. So I'll leave you with that.